Hey everybody, welcome back to Crew Studios Plays EU4. I'm your host Nems, joined today by Bob from Maniacal Studios. Say hello, Bob.
Hello.
We're back in our multiplayer, rivalry competitive, but on different continents game.
Yeah. Well, it's separated by a common sea, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Not that far. We share a border. I mean, I've got Cagliari, you've got Sassari on Sardinia.
Yeah, it's like so close and yet so far, kind of a thing.
Yeah. So we're opposed for sure. What's the situation?
Different religions has such a big impact on this game. So yeah. All right, I'm at war. Are you at war?
Catholics. I'm not at war. However, we were at war, I think, against like Castile and like Portugal, and that was really rough being on this side of the Mediterranean with that straight crossing there.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. I haven't checked the forums yet, but I have a feeling that like this Gibraltar, is it to Ceuta? Is that what it goes to?
That's where it goes to. I don't know if it's pronounced that way, but Ceuta, however anyone decides to pronounce it. I'm looking at it right now on my screen. So
yeah,
it goes from Gibraltar to Ceuta, which is owned by Portugal, both sides of that. That's really rough for, I mean, it's a lot easier now being like Portugal and like expanding on, you know, the North African continent for sure, because you don't have to deal with a naval landing now. Because when you do a naval landing, you lose troops in the process. And I don't know if you start with lower morale as well, but you get penalties if you are attacking into an army off of a boat.
Fun.
Like, you know, like harsh penalties because you're coming off of a boat, you know. You know, I haven't done many amphibious assaults in my time, but I imagine it's pretty hard.
Interesting.
Go ahead and unpause this here and just keep it at speed 2 for now. I need to go raiding, but it looks like all my targets have been raided already.
Yeah, that's I have seen some complaints, I think, on Reddit about the raiding mechanics, but I believe that the raiding mechanics are strong and yet not strong. They're stronger if you don't pay attention. They're not as strong if you do pay attention and actually send your, you know, you got to actually hunt pirates and do all that stuff now, whereas you really never had to do that before unless somebody was really going hard at you. But now with the raiding mechanic, you really do need to kind of keep your combat ships doing stuff rather than sitting in a dock mothballed.
Well, you can't prevent raiding, can you?
Yes, you can.
Oh, how do you do that?
You have to hunt pirates, and it reduces. I want to say it either reduces the chance of success or it reduces the amount they can raid. I can't remember how it worked exactly, but
so the hunt pirates. So like if I click on a trade node like Sevilla, so there's that the amount of guns that are hunting pirates that reduces the effectiveness of raiding. I know that.
Yes.
I don't know if there's any way to actually stop raiding like altogether.
Well, I think the question is how many ships does it take to reduce raiding to a point where it's not a big deal. Okay. Trade conflicts keep coming and going, which is really irritating.
Let's turn all that message off.
Yeah, I might have to,
actually.
Nothing
to raid out here. Gosh darn it.
Well, son of a
biscuit.
biscuit.
So there was a change. There was an update actually. Patch 1.16.2 came out a few days ago.
Yeah. As
of this recording. So there was one of the things I was excited about to see in there was that so when you mothballed your fleet, you actually just lost the sailors before they just kind of disappeared into the ether or were just summarily executed upon reaching the dock, whatever it was. Now they're just returned to your sailor pool, up to your maximum sailor limit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's not it's not as big of a deal.
We're not mass executing people anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be a bigger deal because I have yet to run into a scenario in the games I've been playing where I have like no sailors available. Aside from Brandenburg, Brandenburg starts as a landlocked country and you get a coast if you expand northward, like to Pomerania and stuff. But like a Spain, you know, or any of the other little seafaring nations that I've played as, I haven't had a problem with running out of sailors yet. It's just not an issue so far. Ooh, what can I do here?
Alrighty then. Thanks for giving money to my rebels.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got to pop up as soon as you did that, by the way.
Oh, so I've also discovered a couple other things as far as corruption is concerned. So I don't know if you've run into the unbalanced research malice yet.
Yes, I have.
So the math on that is if you are 3 or more in difference between a technology with yourself. Like if I had 6 military tech and 3 admin tech, that would count as unbalanced research because you're 3 or more over that.
Yeah. I've seen that. Which I think with your like non-Western is going to be a bigger deal. Any of the non-Western stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier to have one fall really out of favor, especially if you're doing an idea group in a particular area. It's so easy with the increased, I mean, I think, the Eastern and maybe the Muslim states not as bad, but probably a little bad. But then if you think about like the African and the Asian where it gets really nutty on the percentages, I think it'll have a pretty hefty impact.
Oh, I'm speaking of rebels. I'm about to have rebels myself. How dare they?
Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, bum. Due to support from Tunis. Well, Tunis, suck it. Dear Tunis, suck it. France, can you finish this war, please? I'm really tired of being at war.
What's France got going on? They're fighting Castile and Portugal.
They are. Well, fighting might not be the right term.
Gently suffocating with a pillow.
Yes, that might be a more accurate description. All right. Let's do that. Ugh. I should have more money.
Yeah, I think I should too.
The part of it would be if I could get my fleet out again. That would be nice.
Oh, Ottomans, what's your story?
Thank God. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this happened here. Castile will lead Vizcaya and Aragon. Well, that's a weird border gore. To France. They'll give Valencia and Alicante back to Aragon. They'll give 10% of war reps. They'll pay some money. Wow, look at France took Aragon and they took. That is weird. Look at that.
Well, it probably means that France and Aragon will never be friends now, because France has Aragon cores.
Yeah,
in their possession.
Well, but I guess at least Navarra is an actual French vassal, so it makes a little more sense. But that's quite an aggressive push into the Iberian Peninsula for France this early in the game. The Craig League of Ragusa has disbanded. No.
I have no heartburn about that idea.
Well.
The less nonsense that's going on, be with like Aragon, Port or Naples, and all that, is the better off for me. I better off I will be.
I agree. The better off I am. You are. Maybe.
Right.
Words. There's definitely words. All right, so you're in my trade league. You're in my trade. Who's all in my trade league? It's screwing me up having 2 games because I just started that Venice playthrough, and they've got a trade league there, and I've got a trade league here, and they're not the same things. And I'm like, who is who? What?
Yo, dog, I heard you like trade leagues.
Yep. Do I want to do that? I might actually.
Grr, I'm already at my fleet limit. Grr. I need more. Oldenburg.
Yes.
Oldenburg.
All those Imperial guys, man. I'll take it. All those little... I'll take all the OPMs I can get defensively here.
I haven't seen an actual war unfold yet with like trade leagues involved.
I haven't either, and I think that's probably because they're pretty what's the word I'm looking for?
Successful deterrent.
Yeah, I think they really are.
The AI is just that scared of them.
Well, I mean, if you start doing the math, if you have actual allies plus a trade league, that's a pretty scary defensive wall.
No.
I mean, like right now, I have my situation. I have Poland, France, and Venice are my allies. And then Nuremberg, Siena, Frankfurt, Augsburg, Württemberg, and Oldenburg in the trade league.
Mm.
That's a lot of stuff to go to war with.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know really from like my perspective, you know, because I've been playing this a little bit now and such. I mean, I haven't run into it yet, but I imagine that when it finally comes to it, especially in my Spain game, when I am about to, or when I'm in position to finally go to war against like a nation that's in a trade league or heading a trade league, it'll be more tedium than anything else. Because while there might be a large number of bodies to be thrown at me, you know, the AI doesn't really do a good job of bringing them all together into one cohesive unit anyway. So I don't think it's going to be an issue fighting them, but it's going to be a really tedious game of whack-a-mole.
Well, yes and no. It depends on, but I think that's my point, right? So like, if you go to war with me, not you in particular, but if someone goes to war with me, they're gonna fight France, Poland, Lithuania, me, Venice, plus the whack-a-mole, right? Like,
yes,
it's a sheer numbers game. So I agree with you that yeah, it's more whack-a-mole. But if they have any big allies, then it becomes a little bit different too, because when the bigs are involved, those little armies tend to kind of congregate with the bigs, and I think that has an impact on the experience. And I honestly, that's as kind of weird as it is. Gain of tradition, piss off Austria again, sure. As kind of weird as it is, the thing about that is that it's kind of more historically accurate in the sense that if you are a major trade power, nobody wants to mess with you because you make everybody money.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, it also means you're probably going to be a lot less aggressive because you've got a lot more friends, but, you know, it's an interesting... I think it's an interesting and cool thing, honestly. Let me get rid of this fort here. Corruption is growing. Yeah, it'll do that. Alright, so...
Oh, so sad. Portugal has Granadan separatists. My heart breaks for them.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't believe me.
Alright, so I just need to make money. That's my thing right now.
So what are your plans anyway? What is your next avenue here in Genoa? After you've just gone through all that.
Well, I've got a truce with Milan through 1465, so probably pushing back into Milan. I mean, that's part of the problem is, and here's the other thing I'll tell you that I've experienced at least with Mare Nostrum. It's a lot harder to just go straight kill everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Because between trade leagues and the HRE and alliance chains, like it's a lot more static of an experience. I mean, because like look at you, right? You've got Ottomans, Granada, Morocco. We've already talked through mine. Hungary is allied to Austria, Bosnia. Savoy is allied to France, Provence, and Venice. I mean, there's just not a lot of places for me to go right now. Lucca is being guaranteed by Milan and allied to Aragon. That might be a thing. I could eat Lucca and go into Florence, I suppose. The Italian coast might be where I head, but eventually I have to decide what I want to do with my overseas stuff.
Over in the Crimea?
Yeah, because, I mean, that's... Right now, they're allied to Kazan and Nogai, so I could actually push into... You know, like Crimea. But that'd be a different kind of gameplay.
Militant Genoa in Eastern Europe.
Yeah. Go all Black Sea on them. I mean, that'd probably put me at odds with the Turks before too long. I'm actually going to go bureaucratic. Yeah. Giorgio. Got me a new ruler. He's EU4, which actually at this phase of the game is not terrible. But yeah, so Crimea could be a thing. Utrecht? Sure.
Damnation.
Yeah, the trade league's gotten pretty large now.
I know there's a breaking point at some point where if your league is too big, people start leaving it.
There is, and I've had people like come and go from trade leagues periodically, like in other games as well. I need to repay some loans. Curse you, loans!
Curse you. Have you seen any of the AI in your game so far go into like crushing debt?
Not crushing, but more than I'm used to. Man, I'm getting rivaled all over the place here. Oops. No.
Well, yeah, Genoa, they're not to be trusted.
Hungary, Provence, Tunis, Golden Horde, Crimea, and Milan. It's just because I'm in 2 parts of the world. Yeah, what I don't know is at this point how bad fighting Crimea would be. Like, particularly if I have, you know, the Poland-Lithuania thing with me. Golden Horde and no guy. I mean, we didn't really have... I felt like the times between...
Conflict and war?
No, expansions was very quick this time around.
When did Cossacks release? That was February,
I don't
right?
think it was that long ago, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Last February, 2015.
Was it that long ago? I feel like it wasn't.
So.
I feel like it wasn't.
Feel like it wasn't.
I feel like it was more recent than that.
Well, that might have something to do just with their upcoming releases. I mean, we have, you know, it's April right now. It's early April here right now.
Right.
They have next month is Stellaris in May, and then the summer is going to be Hearts of Iron. You know, so maybe they wanted to. And there's more emphasis on those things and making sure those things are scheduled right than, you know, the like DLC stuff.
Right.
So I would postulate anyway.
Alright, so...
Ottomans are doing what Ottomans do.
Are you guys a state? You are. I'll be darned. I guess your overseas stuff all starts as a state.
I'm sorry? The overseas stuff starts as states?
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure if they'd keep those as territories off the bat or if they would be states right from the start, and they are apparently states right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what rules govern what starts as states and what doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so what do I want to do next?
Reckless privateer. They're more like guidelines anyway. No, I think... I wonder, does privateer efficiency play into rating at all?
Maybe?
That's under the military tab, right? No. Naval tradition. Privateer efficiency. A fleet on a privateer mission will sail under the black flag and steal trade power. I don't think it does. But it might be one of those things that's not explicitly explained, like the hunting pirates mechanic, for instance, which does reduce trading or rating efficiency in a node.
All these people building spy networks is always so fascinating. And like sometimes you're like, really? What are you building a spy network for? What are you even doing?
All right, let's see here. Do I have both my guys are doing stuff? Can we transfer? No. Yes. Okay, he's doing what he needs to do. Well, who comes into here then? All the way down here. I hate it because my trade node has only one incoming stream, but I can't see it. That sucks.
Curses.
Because there's one that comes from like Alexandria, but it goes like right by me. It's just like, nope, we don't want to make a stop there.
Well.
The hell was you? Who wants demand of things? The Emirs want stuff. Emirs.
You over there. I need more coastal provinces. I might have to take Lucca.
You might have to take Lucca.
Yep, I might have to.
Ally with Aragon.
Yeah, after oh, there we go. They did finally annex Navarra. Oh, now they're fighting England.
Conquest of their cores. That's what it looks like.
They're just fighting England and Leinster, so that probably will be a war they won. They went in solo though. They didn't call in any allies. Very strange. Super confident apparently.
Let's see if I can do this.
What are you guys doing? Picking up more soldiers? Oh, you are. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto.
Trying to figure out how I want to use my Ottomans allies here as a hammer. Like, who do I want to swing them at? I'm thinking the Mamluks is where it's at.
Yeah, what do they got? Shamar and Fazan? Yeah, that's not real scary.
It's not. And Ottomans are rocking like 40,000 troops with plenty of reserves and such. But we're up against time, actually.
Tune in next time when wars were declared.
Well, maybe. I don't want to make promises that I can't necessarily keep.
I'm declaring war on Milan at some point, so I'm going to keep that promise.
Everyone stay tuned for at least one war. Remember, if you're enjoying this series, please like and subscribe to our respective channels. That helps out a great deal. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.